Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Uganda Extra on UBC TV. Now this is an extension of Good Morning Uganda. We are here every day from 6:30, so make it a date with us. 6:30 we start our morning show full of a lot of laughter, interesting stories here and there, some light moments to spice up your morning, to kickstart your morning. So no matter how horrible, terrible the night was, make sure it is a date with us because there is so much yet very informative. You can't afford to start your day without watching UBC TV. And the show is Good Morning Uganda. Once again, I'm Robert Kirabo Nyonyintono. Now today, I'm going to be discussing something very important because it's about health, your sight. Well, according to Ministry of Health here in Uganda, it is estimated that about 3.5 million Ugandans have problems with their sight, with their eyes. And about 150,000 are blind, have both eyes blind. Now, with that background, we want to look at one of the challenges that we face as a country regarding our sight, which is myopia. Now, I have an expert, don't be worried. I'm not the one going to be handling these technical things, and of course, but I have an eye specialist from La Paix, which happens to be one of the leading organizations that deal with sight in our country today, and East Africa as well. So what these people do is, regarding your sight, you have got them, and they make sure that they give you not only the advice, but also where you need aiding tools to see better. You can get them. Now, joining me on set is Baboneraho Jacqueline, who happens to be an ophthalmologist with La Paix. Hope I had the word very well. Good morning, and thank you for having you this morning.
Good morning, Robert. Yes, this is Jacqueline Babonerao, an ophthalmologist, ophthalmic clinical officer, working with La Paix, Uganda. Yes, La Paix is a Pan-African eyewear company aiming at making eyewear affordable in Uganda, here, Africa. Of course, basically we are talking about Uganda here, but we are all over Africa, especially West Africa and East Africa, making eyewear accessible and affordable to all people regardless of their status.
Now, let's begin with the word La Paix. That doesn't sound English as well.
Sure. La Paix is not English. It is a French word, if I may say, because we are based in East Africa, Kenya, that's where our head offices are, but we are also in West Africa. Okay. That's where the word La Paix is coming from. Just though you can see a pair of glasses, the pair, La Paix, you see? Yeah, it is basically about eyewear. Everything about us is eyewear. Yes. Well,
I dropped my French lessons in senior 3, but well, at least that is one word for me. Now, let's go, when you talk about eyewear, wow, it sounds good. What are we referring to?
Eyewear, it's glasses. Glasses, they may be corrective glasses, they may be sunglasses, protective wear, eyewear. Yes, depending on what a person needs. That is what we give, according to what you need. If you need for medical purposes, for fashion, for, just what you want and what you need, that is what we give. But basically today, we are really talking about the corrective ones.
Now, even before you go into the corrective ones, when you talk about 3.5 million Ugandans having sight or eye problems, and when you talk about 150 having both eyes that cannot see, would we say the eye problem is something in Uganda that is fairly high and needs immediate address?
Surely. Eye problems in Uganda are there, and they're really high. And one of the problems we have is people have been ignorant about this. Many people are having these problems, but they cannot access the services. Of the people that are having these problems that require to be corrected by glasses, only I think 1% of them have a pair of glasses, you see, simply because of course, lately, finding an eye specialist to consult from would be hard. It is expensive, and then the services have been rare. You have to travel distances for you to get access to the eye care. So this has not helped us as Ugandans to have our eyes corrected in time. So we see people, many of them are having these problems and they're seated back at home. They can't even be diagnosed to be told that you have this problem. Some of them have learned to live with their problem, thinking it is part of them. So for us, we may count the statistics that we have in our medical records, but yet in the villages, there are really quite a number of people that are having these problems, but since they've learned to live with them, they can't access these eye care services. These are just estimates actually, but we do believe there are quite a number of them, even more than what we estimate, that are in the villages or in the diaspora there that do not know they have these problems. But the numbers are really high.
Now, today's topic is myopia. And I know many people have had of this word in school. Some even used to refer to some people as saying things from near. Someone says, well, your argument is myopic, and you would understand what they are meaning. I was a very good debater, and sometimes you have to have those words that hit the other side. But when you talk about myopia in relation to eye disorders and all that, what do we refer to?
Myopia is an eye condition that is characterized by inability to see things at a distance clearly. This person who is myopic can better see things which are closer to them than those that are far away. The distant objects appear fuzzy or blurry. They can't see them clearly because the light is not focused on the retina. For someone to see something clearly, to see an object clearly, the light rays that are entering into the eye have to be focused on the retina. Now, for a person who is short-sighted or myopic, the light rays do not reach the retina. They are focused just right before the retina. So this person is not able to see things which are at a distance clearly. The person better sees things which are near. And you'll always see this person bringing things like, say if they are reading, they'll always want to bring whatever they are reading closer to them. They always tell you, I can't see the thing which is far away. I can't see it is appearing smoky, it is fuzzy. That is myopia. In layman's language, we can call it nearsightedness or short-sightedness. A person sees things at a shorter distance.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how common is this in Uganda?
Myopia. It is actually common. It is, I don't know, the statistics may not be so clear. As I told you, we have very many of them that haven't gotten this. But what I have to tell you is we have around 550 million people having refractive errors. Let me just generalize the refractive errors. And of which, out of these 550 million people, around, let me say, around 1.3 million people have a pair of glasses with them. Yet myopia is either corrected by glasses or surgery or contact lenses. There is no prescription that we are going to give you like pharmaceutical, like we are giving you this medication to help you counteract the myopia. No, it is either a pair of glasses, which is commonly used in Uganda here, or contact lenses. And meanwhile, other people prefer to go for the surgery, which we do not do here. But there are many people.
So it's corrected three ways: surgery, glasses, or contact lenses. Now, we've talked about contact lenses. These are some of the things that I used to see with some campus girls, but why aren't they very common? Very few people have contact lenses in Uganda than those that have the kind that you're putting on today.
Sure. It is because, of course, the spectacles are a little more common than the contact lenses, and then the contact lenses also have a lot of work. First of all, the person has to be having high priority hygiene for you to handle the contact lens. For anything that is getting into contact with the eye, it has to be really clean. Your hands have to be clean. So for the fact that and actually even working with them, people use them because they don't want to be associated with the pair of glasses. When you have the contact lens there, a person may hardly notice that you have a visual impairment. And then another thing is we're having this myth that people who put on glasses are show-offs. That's why maybe some of these people didn't want to put on the pair of glasses. And then some of us who wear glasses, they look at us as disabled people, you know, and some people don't want to be associated with that. That's why they may prefer contact lenses. But these are more common. That's why you see they are more common in the places, in these our eye shops, or the glasses are more common in our hospitals than the contact lenses. That's why you see many people are having the glasses compared to the contact lenses.
Also, contact lenses, I think, aren't they also a bit discomfort? Don't they cause discomfort? When you see someone, they open their eyes and then they slot them on. And
of course, everything you have to learn to live with it. Even these ones are discomforting. As long as you're not used to them, they can be discomforting to you. You see? Yeah. So these things are just learned. You learn to cope up with your condition. You understand that, yes, Jackie, I'm myopic, and I have to live with my condition. I have to look for ways of counteracting it.
Now, when you talk about myopia, can it lead to blindness?
Yes, it can. Myopia can lead to blindness, especially when it is not treated earlier. You know, there are several types of myopia. There are these which are congenital. The baby is born with the myopia. There are these which are just acquired. So this myopia, especially this one which comes when the baby is born with it, it may, if it is not corrected before the age of 4 years, it may become a problem. As the child grows, it may also advance. And the more it advances, it's going to make this child really impaired. And then instead of them being corrected with just mere eyeglasses, they may be taken for low vision, actually, because we didn't diagnose the myopia earlier. So it is very important for us to diagnose myopia early, so we can have it corrected earlier. However, for people who develop it in their teens, it may not really lead to that. It may not progress, or it may not even decrease. It may just remain steady like that. Then the other thing is high myopia. High myopia may have an issue with our macula. And when the macula is disturbed, when the macula has gotten any distortion, definitely the vision is impaired.
Now, what causes myopia? You've talked about the 3 types, but what really causes myopia? And then a bit of these symptoms, because when we talk about the children, well, that is something that I'm like, someone born with this? How do we diagnose it? How do I recognize it as a parent or a guardian? Let's look at the causes and possibly how I can know. Because for a mature person, well, you can say, I don't see things clearly, I don't do this. Then you can go to the parent and they will work on you test, but this young child.
Okay, first of all, we shall talk about the causes of myopia. Myopia may not have specific causes, but one of them is the size of the eyeball. The size of the eyeball. If the eyeball is longer than the way it is meant to be, then it means the light rays are going to be focused short, like before the retina. So if the eyeball is longer in size, I'm not saying larger or bigger, but longer, it means that it's going to be, the distance between the cornea and the retina is going to be long compared to what is needed for the light rays to be focused on the retina.
The good thing is all of us did some bit of science. We had to draw the eye. And now we are going back to, that is on our syllabus. I don't know with the new lower secondary curriculum, but at least the eye was something we drew. The eye, the skin, what else? But basically, I remember questions regarding the eye. So when we, and the ear. So when we discuss some of these things, please, you can have some revision very quick. And of course, also Google is there. So we want to move in tandem regarding what we are discussing. So if it is longer, not bigger, wider.
longer, not wider. If it is longer, definitely this person is likely to have myopia.
So if I look at a baby, about which age can I detect that?
We shall get there.
Let's continue.
We shall get there. Then the other cause of myopia is the size of the cornea or the shape of the cornea. If the cornea is over-curved, also this curvature, if it is too big, it is increasing the length of our eyeball. You see this? So it means also the light rays are going to be focused at a shorter distance and they will not reach the retina. That is also another cause of the myopia. There are quite a number of them. Some people just develop the myopia as they grow. Some of us, it is said, some eye experts say that people who do too much close activities, like say if I deal with the computer all the time and it is just close to my eye and that is what I do. My daily activities are too close, like I do more of near activities than these distant activities. It is likely, some eye experts say, it is likely for you to develop this myopia because the eye muscles will get stuck to doing near activities. So it can develop in the long run. Yeah, that is basically myopia. How do we diagnose myopia, especially among young children? As the child grows, you the parent, you're going to see this in the child. You realize your child, when you give them something to read or to look at, they'll bring it closer to their eyes. Meaning when it is at a distance or normal distance, this child is not able to view this particular object very well. So you the parent, you have to see that, oh, every time I give my baby this to look at, every time I give them something, they want it to be closer to them. Especially these ones who are just school going, baby class, you give them a piece of paper, they bring it closer to them. You realize this is not right. Then they take a lot of time trying to focus, trying to figure out, what am I seeing, what is this? These children may complain of headaches. You know, when you try to focus and you're forcing the eye to see something, likely you'll get a headache. There is eye strain. You'll find the child may even start tearing. Then the child may tell you, this, daddy, this thing doesn't appear well. I don't see it clearly because it is at a distance. We said myopia, a person will see distant objects fuzzy, they are blurry. So the child will tell you, I see like there is smoke around this object, you see? All these ones are signs that this child is maybe myopic. But most importantly, as long as they bring the things closer to them, every time you give them something, they want to bring it closer to them. That one, then you have to seek medical attention as soon as possible.
Very informative there. Most of parents of the .com era, sometimes you're so busy, but it's important to look at some of these. Now, this brings me also to find out, does myopia worsen with age? Because I've seen a number of older persons that almost everything you give them, they bring it closer compared to the young. Almost many old people I interact with, they'll have to, even if it's a phone, they're reading a message, they do that. So does it get worse with age?
Myopia may not necessarily get worse with age, as we said. Okay, it can increase as you grow, or it can remain standard or instant, especially this that develops in teens, okay? But somewhere, somehow, I want to contradict with what you said. As people grow older, myopia may not really disturb them. As they grow older. There is what we call presbyopia for older people, and it is actually the opposite. They keep pushing things further than bringing them closer to them. Yes, this is the most common condition among us elderly people. For an elderly person that had myopia earlier, for them, the presbyopia may set in a little later. Or even if it sets in, they may not notice. Because for them, they were doing this, they were reading from near. As the presbyopia comes in and they're expected to push these things further, they're now just reaching the normal reading distance.
So they'll praise God for having healed them.
Okay, that is people, okay, we call it a second side, a myopic shift. So That one, it is rare that older people will bring things close, unless if they have another condition, not
it
really
could be another condition.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do you prevent myopia from worsening?
How would we prevent myopia? I would just give general eye care tips. But the most important things for myopia is always schedule a regular eye checkup with your eye doctor. That one is the most important thing, not only for myopia, but for all eye conditions. It is very important for each and every one of us to have at least a trusted eye care provider that you can always run to, schedule an appointment with them. At least they can tell you, according to your condition, I'll have these eye checkups at least once every year, after every 2 years, depending on how your condition is. The doctor can choose to tell you, after you can come back once every 2 years, or once a year, or after every 6 months, after every 4 months, depending on the condition, for review. That is the most important thing. Then the other thing is we should avoid focusing for long. We should avoid focusing for long, especially on these near activities. You're on your phone for long, you're on your computer for long hours. It is not advisable for us to focus for over 20 minutes. So for now parents, this one I'm talking to parents, these young children, since we love playing these video games,
they have their tabs.
They have their tabs, you know, this is the
There's so much
children are exposed.
Chairs sitting there all the time on their tabs.
It is not easy to convince this child to get off this tab. Take the child for a walk. They will accept very well. Ask them to go just for an evening walk. At least that time is enough for the child's eyes to have a rest. You know, even you, the mature person, as you're on your computer, just get off a few seconds, look away, focus at something at least.
We have phone addicts. This time, any free time, it is your phone. You're waiting for someone, you're waiting for an interview, you're just on your phone and busy.
Yes, I know some of us operate this way. Some of us, our work environment only restricts us to a particular, we are confined in a particular place where you just have a PC in front of you, or a laptop in front of you, a computer. We are not asking you to get away from your place.
Yes.
Just looking away at something 20 feet away, 20 feet is close to 6 meters. Just do this, look at something 6 meters away, have chance to blink, then get back to your computer. That is just enough for us to have our eyes.
So that you don't have this continuous focus.
Exactly. At least for every 20 minutes. This one, we call it a 20-20 rule. That one we shall always...
Every 20 minutes, divert, get back.
It is 20-20-20 rule. After every 20 minutes, get some 20 seconds off your work. Look at something 20 feet away. 20 feet is close to 6 meters. And then get back to whatever you're doing and continue. You don't have to go away from where you're seated. This one the child may not do unless you tell them to, send them to pick you something, things like that. Yeah. Then the other thing to keep our eyes healthy, not basically myopia, but now general eye care. We've talked about near activities. We should avoid focusing so much on them. Then also regular eye checkups. It is important for everyone to maintain a healthy weight. Myopia may also result as a result of having higher glucose levels, by the way. So having a healthy weight is going to help us prevent things like hypertension, diabetes, and then we shall be keeping our eyes healthy. A balanced diet is very important for us in eye care. We emphasize fruits and vegetables for eye care. We do emphasize people to do frequent exercises, body exercises. Of course, it also helps us to keep the body weight, a lot of things. And then most importantly, they should always wear the right glasses. That is very important, very important. If Jack is putting on a particular pair of glasses, it doesn't mean this pair of glasses can work for Robert. No. So for us to keep our myopic eyes good, or to at least maintain what we have, the sight that we have, the little sight we have, we should always emphasize on putting on the right corrective glasses that we've been prescribed to by the eye care provider. This takes us back to having the regular eye checkups. Because my sight may keep changing as we advance. I may become more myopic, or somehow my sight may improve. So this can only be determined when I visit my eye care provider. They measure and then they get to confirm whether I need to change my pair of glasses or what I have can still work for me. It is important for us to put on what we've been prescribed for by the eye care provider and something that is current. It's not that what I used to use 10 years ago can still work for me now. It can work for me if my eye care provider has said so after they've examined me. It is very important.
Now, before I go for a break, this brings me to another question. With eyeglasses or contact lenses, do they rectify, can they cure an eye disorder? I've seen people, for the rest of their lives, they've been putting on specs. And some will tell you, once you start them, then you may have your entire life putting them on. But I've also heard, one time I went before eye specialist, he was telling me, no, with your eye disorder, if you put on these specs religiously, maybe in about 2 or 3 years, the problem could be dealt away with. But then I wonder, when I see Jackie 8 years, 10 years, she's still having them, and so are many.
Yes, it is true. As we are giving the eyeglasses, we are not guaranteeing you that you're going to be fine. But this is also dependent on which condition you're having and why are we giving these eyeglasses. You see, the people we are going to give these eyeglasses just to protect them against the bright lights. This person, if one time their eyes learn to adjust to the lights, they may do away with the glasses. The people with very small refractive errors that when given a right prescription, God willing, the eye may correct. There are people whom we give glasses to help. Actually, most of what we do is to help preserve what we have at that time. To help preserve what we have at that time, not to further lose the vision. I don't know if we're understanding this. Like, if I come when my vision is already distorted, we may give a glass that is going to help preserve the little vision that you have. Then there are others that we give to correct, not that you're going to improve, but when you put on this glass, truth is you're going to visualize the world clearly than you used to. This is basically what we do. That, Robert, you're going to come to me when you're telling me you can't see far. The only thing I'm going to do is give you a glass that can help you see things which are at a distance clearly. Now, where people get us wrong is when I give you this glass and it is now helping you to see things which are far clearly, and you use it for about 2 years or 3, we get so comfortable with them. Like me now, I'm so comfortable in my glasses, which I got like 8-10 years ago. Right now, if I get them off and I can't see, I'll forget that this is how I used to be before I got them. That's when people tell us the glasses made their eyes worse. Don't know if we are getting this. Yes, we get so comfortable with the correction that when we remove this correction, we are going to forget how we used to see before the eyes were corrected. Because you're going to get back to that place where you were before they were corrected, and you will not see clearly. So you'll always forget, and you'll think the glasses actually spoiled the eyes, which is not the case.
Then what happens when I had a lighter lens, then every time I keep on having more width added, until I almost have like a magnifying glass?
Yes, it is
on
possible.
My eyes.
It is possible. That's why I said it is not a guarantee that we are going to make your eyes completely well. They may increase in, the defect may increase, but the increase may not be as big as the way it would be
if I never had.
Yeah, true, true. So at least we are all rounding back to having a right pair of glasses at the right time given to you by your
Still, why is the connection between width of the glasses? And I think because there are people you find and they almost have a glass of like a magnifying glass or a bulletproof glass, so thick, and there are those. Very light.
Yes, since you've asked me, I'm not saying this to offend anyone, because some people with these thick glasses feel offended, but the thicker the glass, it is in relation with the power. Okay, let me say the higher the power in a particular glass, is the thicker the glass. It is even worse off with glass lenses. Glass lenses. That is why we prefer putting these very high powers in plastic lenses, because if you put it in a glass lens, it is going to be very heavy for this person. So we prefer putting it in plastic, because plastic is a little lighter than glass. But the higher the power of the lens, the thicker that glass. So when you see a person with a thicker, just know these people are not really very fine. So.
Well, it is a very interesting discussion, and of course you can't afford not to complete the entire program, because it's very informative, but also never play with your sight. I must tell you, visual is very important, and we have here an eye specialist with whom we are discussing myopia, or that is near sightness. How best can you know that yes, I have this problem, but also what do you do? How do you rectify? How do you stop the situation from worsening? I'm going for a short break, and when I return, we'll still be discussing the same topic. Good morning. Keep it well.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
It's the encounters with our majestic gorillas, the thrill of taking on the falls of the Nile River, the joy of discovering new traditions, and a lot more. Join us at the 2023 Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo from the 26th to the 29th of April at the Commonwealth Resort, Nyonyintono. Rediscover our country's uniqueness and see what the tourism sector has in store for you. Visit www.poate.co.ug to secure your spot and get set to learn, network, and explore. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board in partnership with Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Projects. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series. Megapixel camera, 256 GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3 GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Techno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Techno. Stop at nothing.
The Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, under the auspices of the East African Community, will host the 10th East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition 2023 from the 9th to the 11th of May 2023 at the Kampala Serena Hotel in Uganda. Take full advantage of the investment opportunities in the East African region's vibrant oil and gas sector. To find out more on how to sponsor, exhibit, or attend the 10th EAPCE 23, visit www.eapce23.eac.int.
Live from UBC.
Welcome back from that break. You're still watching UBC TV, and this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Kirabo, and I have an eye specialist from La Paire. And what these people do, well, it's all about eye. All this said about myopia, one would ask, why should La Paire be my choice? Why should I come to you people over other service providers?
Wow. Why should one choose La Paire as their service provider regarding their eyes? It is Not something very big. It is simply because at La Paix we do offer free eye tests for everyone who enters our shops or our clinics. Whoever enters is entitled to a free eye checkup. Seeing the specialist there is free of charge. If you found Jackie in there, she will see you free of charge. Consultation is free of charge. You know, medical advice is free of charge. So you don't need to pay.
Then what about going to the machines? Is that also?
It is free of charge. As long as we are testing you, you need to ask anything concerning your eyes. Everything is free of charge. You do not pay for anything there regarding just seeing the doctor. No. And then another reason is our glasses are affordable. We start with 105,000 shillings, depending on what your condition is. But we start with 105,000 shillings for a pair of glasses. You see, they're also very affordable. At least someone can afford that. That's the only thing you pay for at La Paix. If the specialist recommends a pair of glasses for you, it's the only thing you pay for. Otherwise, the consultation will be free of charge. You'll be tested for free of charge. All the services there will be free of charge. You'll only pay for the pair of glasses recommended. Yes.
Well, that is interesting. I hope you guys don't get tired, because when Ugandans hear about free things, we're good at rushing and crowding places. I wonder how many branches, how big are you? Because I'll just imagine today morning people watching us, millions of Ugandans watching us, and they know there's a free service. Then won't we have stampede at?
We cannot have a stampede at La Paix because we are really all over Uganda.
Oh, okay.
We are all over Uganda. At least we made it a point to make eyewear also accessible to these people, to a level that you don't have to walk long distances for you to access a La Paix branch. We have got many of them. We have got our main branch at Ntinda, just that building where we have Stanbic Bank. We have got another one at Gayaza Road, Kanyanya, just next to Gaz. We have got another one here in Wandegea. I think you're seeing how close they are. Wandegea here, just near Equity Bank. We've got one in Kampala Road, on just next to Zebra Plaza. We've got one in Kabalagala, opposite Embassy Building. We've got another one.
That's the American Embassy Building?
It is. It's called the Embassy Building.
Embassy Building, Kabalagala. I'm trying to figure out because the rest I could connect.
It is in Kabalagala there. These ones we shall give a contact. Whoever they can access us. We've got another. We've got many. Mukono. Jinja. We've got in Imbarara. We've got in Chitintale. We've got an this place is called what? Chicken Tonight. I've forgotten the name of the place. Chaluwajala, on that very building where there is Chicken Tonight. There are many. We are even soon opening many others. You know, there are many. There are many. We've got one here in Chisementi, you see. So you don't have to walk very long distances for you to access a La Paix branch. So we don't expect stampedes. And even when they are there, we can handle, the specialists there can handle whichever number of people have come in to see the specialist.
Well, free things there. It's only the glasses that you'll be paying for, but testing, consultation, when she talks about regular visiting and find out how your eyes, how your sight is standing. One of the things that Ugandans fear is medical costs. When people go for frequent checkups of this, that, they'll tell you, man, are you footing the bills for the checkup? But now here the checkups are there and they're free of charge. You only have to pay, well, for the glasses. Now, another disturbing issue when it comes to glasses. Do you people, let me use La Paix, give some advice on what suits me and what doesn't? Or is it about telling someone, here are the frames, make your choice? Man, I've seen people who put on glasses, they're like, oh, God, this is doing injustice. It is suicidal, you know?
Okay.
And I've seen those that look very good with glasses. Actually, look at them and you're like, wow, you even look better with the glasses than you when you don't have them. But I've seen those that come up and you're like, whoa, who messed you up in the name of sight?
Yes, I purely understand this concern. At Lapea, we do have a specialized team that guides our patients on selecting these frames. And we shall give you advice on which frame you need to, but we do not rob you of your choice. Yes.
If you choose to go suicidal,
we do not rob you of your choice. At least you have the chance to choose something that you love, but we have a team that has to guide you. Now, Robert, what I wear may not be nice for you. People with round faces may not be nice on what people with dog faces would
so the cat and dog face usually differ in terms of...
Yes, maybe I can explain this on air. Basically, people with round faces are better on box glasses or square or rectangular than the round ones. Again, people with long faces or dog faces may look better on the round glasses. You see this? So if I do not give you this information when you come to Lapea, it means I'm doing a disservice, as at the same time doing myself a disservice. Because Robert, when you enter into our clinic, what we need to do is to give you a glass that is going to help you with your sight. If I give you something that when you move out of the shop, everyone is like, wow, who is this? Like, you're really looking weird. They are going to demoralize you, and you will not wear this glass, which is not my intention, me who is giving it to you. I'm giving you so that we have your eyes corrected to avoid certain things like road accidents or, you know. So if I give you my glass, it is my pleasure to see you putting it on. So if you can't put it on because someone told you you really look like an old in these glasses, then it is not okay for me. That is why we have a team as Lapea that helps to guide you on which glass may look better on you, because they are experienced. They've worked there for quite long and they know which face suits which kind of shape. You see? So it's not that they're going to send you, go there, the frames are there, choose what you want. No. They will be there to help you. Maybe this, can we try out this? Can we try out this? Of these, which one would you love? At the end of the day, it is you to make that decision, to take whichever you want to take. But when they've at least guided you, to take something that will look good on you, that will motivate you to wear it, not just for, you know, looking good, but for corrective purposes. At the same time, we do not only look at correcting your eyes, we mind about you looking good on them. Because when you put on and then you're coming to work and then the glasses are really spoiling your outfit, then it is just not good. Yes, we mind about the general look, but most importantly, the medical bit of it.
Now, let's go to durability as well. I wore glasses, I think from about senior 1, 2, 3, but one of the things that I had as challenges with glasses were they had a certain screw around here. So I don't know if the frame was bad, the glass would drop sometimes, because it was plastic, it would, by luck, not get broken, so I have to get seek permission, then go back home, sometimes walloped by Muzei, then I'm taken, then they rectify the frame. You know, they became a problem until I said, you know what, I'd rather take some paracetamol than being beaten all the time when these specs have problems. So I've known people every time, my frame is broken, you know, my lens, this and that. Durability.
I may say at Lapea frames are durable, but also the durability of a frame may be dependent on the user. If my user is careless, however durable it is, the more you constantly drop it, surely it will break. If I can't keep my glasses in their case, definitely I'll put them in the pocket sometime and maybe sit on them. And
there's this habit of putting them here with one over here.
You can easily bend and they fall out, and they can break. Everything breaks, everything breaks. However durable, the more we continue mishandling it, it can easily break. So the durability also may be dependent on the user. Therefore, I implore all our users for these glasses. Me, I have my glasses, and because I know they are part of me. Just the way we take these pressure medications every day, you know, they are part of you. Likewise, we have to treat these glasses that way. But they are part of you and you need them to see. So we have to treasure them. We have to keep them well. When we are issuing out these glasses, in Lapea we have a hard case. This hard case, even when it drops down, it's not going to open for your glasses to fall out. The challenge is some of the users do not put them in the hard case because they are just lazy to put them there. So it comes back to us who are using these glasses. We have to be responsible for them, love our eyes, take care of the glasses. Every time they're off your eyes, put them in their right place, in their hard case. You know, when I give my glass to my baby, definitely the baby doesn't know the glasses and doesn't know they are used, doesn't know how important they are to me. The baby is going to break off the temple, you know? And then we can't blame the glass for not being durable. You see this? So the durability also comes back to us, the users. We have to take care of these glasses well, clean them with the right cleaning equipment. Some of us want to use our dressers to clean the glasses, which is not right. Some of us want to use liquid soap, you know, some sanitizers.
Some do it in a simple manner. They remove them.
You see? But there is a special cleaning agent for these glasses. You know, when you love what you put on, you always take care of it and you will treasure it. It will not break. You see that people drive their vehicles and they don't even want a scratch on them. Likewise, the very way we should keep our glasses. Some of us are going to remove the glasses and place them like this on the table, which is not right. You know, when they get the scratches, definitely they will not see. So how we handle them matters. Putting on glasses like this, they will break. You see? We are just too lazy to do this, to handle the glasses by both temples and wear them, or even removing. So even the laziness is also reducing the durability of our glasses. Durability, let us bring it back to us, the users. For us as Lapea, the frames are durable. Now, as the users, we are implored to maintain that durability and keep the pair.
Well, I have to let you go in the interest of time, but for those that, how do they get in touch with Lapea?
Yes, as we said, we have several branches, as I mentioned, but depending on where you are, you can reach us on through a phone call, or we have got a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. You can always find us there as Lapea. You can ask any question there. You can be directed to the nearest branch, depending on where you are. But everyone who is watching us now can reach us on this number, 0709-744-775. When you reach that number, you've reached Lapea directly, and depending on where you are, those people can assign you to the nearest branch. Whoever will pick that call will assign you to the nearest branch, and then you will see the specialists there free of charge as soon as you enter.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline, and of course Lapea, for sending us. Jacqueline has given us a lot of information regarding myopia or near sight and how best we can ensure that the situation doesn't get worse, but also to know that, well, eye checkup, you just have to walk into any of their branches and all you'll be paying for would be your specs. But above all, let's be very, very careful when it comes to our sight. Just ensure regular testing, checking of your sight so that it doesn't deteriorate. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow, God willing, for God and my country.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
It's the encounters with our majestic gorillas. The thrill of taking on the falls of the Nile River. The joy of discovering new traditions and a lot more. Join us at the 2023 Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo from the 26th to the 29th of April at the Commonwealth Resort, Nyonyintono. Rediscover our country's uniqueness and see what the tourism sector has in store for you. Visit www.poate.co.ug to secure your spot and get set to learn, network and explore. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board in partnership with Competitiveness and Enterprise Development Projects. Explore Uganda. the pearl of Africa.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, so I can the center.